Minnesota Vikings co-regional defensive coordinator and defensive line coach Andre Patterson is the best defensive line coach in the NFL. Respect. Love what Dre has done throughout the years, and he's been phenomenal at just churning out talent, especially on the edge from mid, late, undrafted picks, and getting the best out of. You take good players to great, you take great players to all-pro. And he's been doing that for a number of years. All the respect due to Andre Patterson in the world. But you do have to wonder, he did have a promotion to co-regional defensive coordinator, which, again, long overdue. If it's the promotion that he wanted, he deserved that years ago. The title, the obvious pay raise as well, deserved all of that. But Andre Patterson's got a problem right now. And his defensive line has been the major reason why the Vikings defense is one of the worst in the NFL. And also, you could say the cornerbacks, but defensive line pass rush does work hand in glove with the cornerbacks. It's one of those, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, they both suck. Yeah, both the chickens and the eggs suck right now. Vikings defense, as of right meow, is 30th in time of possession, 30th in yards allowed, 31st in points allowed, and 32nd in overall PFF grade. But other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? So, yes, Andre has been dealt a crap hand. You have Danielle Hunter, the best edge rusher in the league. He's tweaked up, and he's out for the foreseeable future, although he could be back. Michael Pierce, who's going to be your two-gapping nose tackle, 350. If he's an ounce man in the middle, be phenomenal against a run. The Rock of Gibraltar, but he opted out due to COVID concerns. But is it an excuse? It's less of an excuse. It's more of a reason. But next man up. Right, and also you replaced Daniil with Yannick. You made a big blockbuster trade and paid Yannick a lot of money. He's leading the team with 2 sacks. He's at a strip sack in consecutive games, looking pretty damn good, even though he's been in the building for 6 minutes. And yes, Yannick is the only Vikings defensive lineman to record a sack through 3 games. That's embarrassing. That is absolutely embarrassing. And the fact that the entire defensive line, besides Yannick, only has generated 15 total pressures, 15. Through 3 games, 5 pressures a game, aka the Elf line, Samia line, 5 pressures a game. That's not great. It's not good. And Afadi has been disappointing. Like he was the guy that was stepping in for Danielle Hunter. He was revved up, ready to go. He was the big reason why the Vikings were fine, lowballing Everson Griffin, then letting him walk to Dallas for $5, and then also not re-signing Stephen Weatherly. That one flew under the radar. Afadi was supposed to be that dude. It's been disappointing so far, but it's finally starting to trend in the right direction. Did have 5 pressures against the Titans. Hopefully 95 will unsheathe the sword and start getting home on a couple of those as well. Shamar Stephen, the nose tackle, the big fundamental, coach's favorite, has been solid. Respect. 6-6 overall PFF grade. He's not been the problem. Like, he's not been great, but he's also not been absolute train wreck like some of the other guys. And the problem is generating any sort of consistent pass rush outside of Yannick, because teams are starting to skew towards number 91, as he's happened throughout his entire career. Honestly, in Jacksonville, it's one of the big reasons why Calais Campbell had a nice late career resurgence, is that 91, coming off of his Pro Bowl season, was absorbing a ton of the attention. That flies under the radar as well. But as teams start to dial in on Yannick and double team him, give him chips, all that other stuff, some of the guys have to step up. And whether that's just personal effort, whether that's scheme, it all comes together, right? And the Vikings right now, dead last in the NFL in interior pass rush. They were dead last year as well. And Michael Pierce wasn't going to change that. Like, he's great against the run. I think he's a little bit underrated as a pass rusher, but they certainly were not going to use him. He wasn't going to come in and change things. And also, it's a big reason why Afadi and Stephen Weatherly were switched from edge rushers inside, because they couldn't get a consistent pass rush out of Jaleel Johnson, out of Shamar Stephen, out of Hercules, who they didn't play, out of Armon Watts, who they didn't play last year either. And so far this year, Jaleel Johnson, year 4, wanting some more, coming out of Iowa, he's been bad. He's been bad. He was handed that starting 3-tech job. He hasn't panned out. Armon Watts getting some time as well. He's been a disappointment. So I don't know what the Vikings are going to do. Do they have to go to last year's formula? Does Fadi Odenigbo have to kick inside when Danielle Hunter gets back? Do they put DJ Wanham in there a little bit? He played a little bit of interior at South Carolina. James Lynch is the obvious answer as well. Played some edge and interior at Baylor. He projects to kick inside. So why not use James Lynch? Why not finally use Hercules Mataafa, just in terms of just trying to get some semblance of pass rush from the interior and some sort of penetration? It hasn't happened so far. And yes, I do love Andre Patterson. 2020 has been a crap year all around for everyone due to the COVID stuff. But you do have to wonder to a degree, like if the promotion to co-regional defense coordinator and the involvement in the big picture stuff is starting to take away a little bit of the bandwidth from day-to-day operations on the D-line. But no preseason, no training camp, just like every other team in the league, yes. But trying to get this defensive line going, even though they've really done it before, that has to be Patterson's mandate right now. Just getting some semblance of a pass rush is going to be key because it makes everything easier, right? So instead of second and short and third and short, you got second and medium, third and long. You'll take that, as well as just pass rush will help out the cornerback room, and all of a sudden everything just gets a little bit better and life goes on. And also, when your offense scores 30 points, you should be able to win. Just weird, right? I have full faith that Patterson will get things fixed. Danielle Hunter potentially coming back is going to be a big boost as well, but just got to get it done. Do it. All right, so your thoughts. Andre Patterson, D-line, got to step it up. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.